Hi, I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and we have a really interesting program today. My guest is Tristen Roberts, and he's a scout, and he's going to be an Eagle Scout one day, and you have a very interesting project. Tristen is going to be creating a dog park in Ardsley, and dogs are man's best friend. And
Yes.
do you have a dog?
I do not have a dog. It's sort of a coincidence, but yeah.
Yeah, what made you decide to work on this project? I think it's one of the most creative and best Eagle Scout projects that I've seen over the years.
Yes. Although I do not have a dog, I do have like a big love for animals and pets, and dogs especially. I've always wanted one, but some issues. I couldn't get a dog, allergies in my house. But yeah, I wanted to do a project ultimately that would really impact my community and really make a big difference. And I also wanted a project that would really challenge me and make me have to dig deep and work hard towards accomplishing this project. So ultimately, I decided to choose a dog park, also because it was a necessity in my town, and it was honestly really convenient for people. I know once I brought up the idea, everyone was like, "Oh wow, this is a really great idea and a really great project," because it's something that dog owners and pet owners in the town have been wanting for years.
Did you have to get approval from the village of Ardsley?
Yes, so the first step in my project at first was getting approval from the village, and that process was pretty easy actually, because once I brought up the idea, they said they've been wanting to build one for about a year or so now. So they're glad that I wanted to take up the challenge and get the job done.
That is, that is great. So this is going to be at McDowell Park.
Yes, so the dog park is going to be behind Field 4 at McDowell Park.
And where's McDowell Park again?
So
listeners?
McDowell Park is in Ardsley near the high school, and I forgot the street name, but
Heatherdale?
yeah, on Heatherdale Road. It's on Heatherdale Road.
And how large is the dog park going to be?
So the dog park is going to be pretty big. I'd say if you a rough estimate would say, just think about like a baseball field. I'd say it would be about like roughly half, 3/4 that size.
We have a dog park in Rumbrook Park in Greenburgh, and we have like an area for big dogs and small dogs. Is your park going to do something similar, or is it going to be just one dog park for everybody?
Yeah, so that's something that we've taken up with the town, because as of right now, the town is working on the fencing portion of the dog park, and I'm working on all the rest. So I've talked to them about it, and I think for now, for opening day at first, it's going to be just one big park, and then we're thinking about incorporating like different hours maybe for big dogs and smaller dogs. But as of right now, it's one big park, and later on we might add a section, depending on the size and what people have been talking about it as. We were gonna maybe add a smaller section for small dogs.
How did you, what goes into planning for a dog park?
A lot actually went into it. I went a lot to different dog parks as well, like Rumbrook, for example. I went there, I saw what qualities that park had. Other parks, like the ones in Rich Hill, and I also took many visits to vets to see what dogs like, many dog home shelters, to see just learn more about dogs themselves and what they actually do, what they like to play with, and different games they have, especially since me not having a dog growing up. And those a lot for me to learn. And also just talking and networking with a bunch of different people, because there was a lot of people that I had to talk to in order to make this project come to life.
What's your favorite dog park?
My favorite dog park, I'd say, is the one in Ridge Hill. I think that was pretty unique. I like the layout it has there, and also I like Rumbrook, the amount of room it has as well.
That's great. Do you have any suggestions for Rumbrook? What we could do better?
I think at Rumbrook, I think it's the area is really nice and it's really big. I like how there's many benches, and also there's benches around different shaded areas. I'd say the one problem that I've heard of when I've talked to many people has been just the amount of wood chips that need to be recycled in that park because of the slant that the park is on, because everything just goes down, especially when rain comes and things like that.
Now, building a dog park costs money.
Yes, definitely.
And could you tell us about some of the challenges you're facing in terms of implementing the dog park?
So the challenges that I've been facing so far has been raising enough money to actually fund the dog park because in order for it to count as really my ego project and yeah, for it to be one of my ego projects to count as my ego project, I need to raise the money by the town, and that has been the biggest challenge so far.
How
So
much have you raised so far?
so far we've raised around $4,000.
That's amazing. That's really
Yes.
great. You did that by yourself. That's amazing.
Yeah, with the help of a few people, we've been going around every day, putting flyers in different mailboxes and on people's doorsteps to try to raise enough money. We've also been going to all local businesses in Ardsley to see if we could seek donations, sort of like a sponsorship.
You may want to reach out to the town clerk's office because they have a list of everybody who has dog licenses. And maybe if you reach out to people who have dog licenses in Ardsley or, in the surrounding areas, those are the people who probably would be open to this.
Yes.
That is really great. So in terms of the construction of the dog park, what are the next steps that you're going to be, what are the steps that you have to do?
So with construction right now, the dog park is just a bunch of grass and dirt piled up everywhere because right now I'm waiting for the town to put up the fence and also level out all the grass area there. And then once that step is done, I'm gonna bring in all the games that I built and everything, all the benches, the games, tables, all that I am building as part of my project. I'm gonna put that into the dog park once the fence and everything's up so I can lay it out. But so far, that also next step for me is actually building those games once I have all the money coming.
And then I guess this could be like a continuing effort. So you're starting it, and then years from now they could keep expanding and improving. How much land are you talking about?
It's a pretty big plot of land. Yeah, I can't tell you the exact
Acres, right?
dimensions yet, but yeah, it's a big plot of land, and we'll actually be able to see and measure how big it actually is once the fence is up.
Great. So are you going to be doing all the construction yourself, or are you going to be using volunteers also?
Yeah, so volunteers are play a big role in the development of the park. And it's going to be a lot of work for me to do by myself, which is not something that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be the one that's kind of leading the project, kind of the one that's making all the calls, making all the shots towards developing and building the project.
You're like the project manager.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like a project manager. So I'm going to be guiding everyone. I'm going to be getting my hands dirty as well, of course, building everything. But I do have help of different carpenters, like my friends' parents who have offered to help me with the building and the construction. And then I also have the other scouts from my troop that are going to help me build and who have also been helping me so far giving out flyers as well.
That is really very impressive. What grade are you in school?
So this year I'm going into junior year. I'm the class of 2027 in Ardsley High School.
And what's your goal after you graduate?
After I graduate high school, I hope to go off to college and also use all of the skills that I've learned from Boy Scouts and everything that I've learned and experienced that will help me just thrive in the future.
Do you have like any career goals? Like, since you're dealing with construction, do you want to be an architect or engineer or a vet? Do you have any? Have you given any thoughts?
Being a Boy Scout, that's why being a Boy Scout is so great because I've been able to experience a whole variety of different jobs and different things that you can do. And that's why I like it so much because I've been able to learn what I like and I've been able to learn especially what I don't like. And I think because of Boy Scouts, I've sought interest in things like engineering, things like medicine, and other stuff like that. So I have a year, 2 years left to really think about.
More than a year because when you're in college,
I have some time to really think about what I want to decide on. But for now, I definitely do have some ideas.
Just sort of getting a taste of possible careers. And why are you a scout?
I'm a scout. I've been a scout for all my life because my brother, growing up, I had my brother who is also an Eagle Scout. So I would always look up to him in scouting, and he ultimately made me want to become a scout as well, because I saw all the great accomplishments that my brother did. And also my mother as well. She's the scoutmaster in my troop. So Boy Scouts kind of runs in my family.
That's that's great. But your Eagle Scout project is much more difficult than most Eagle Scout projects, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely much more technical, and it's definitely a very big community-based project.
Have you been getting a lot of publicity on it so far?
Yes, that is one thing about this project that I do like as well. The amount of publicity that I get from the project and all the different opportunities I get, like public speaking as well from doing the project.
Great. Well, I definitely will encourage people to help out. How do people make donations?
Yes, so in the flyers that I've been sending out, people can make donations they could drop off a check at my house, cash, Zelle, or Venmo.
And how much money do you need that you don't have right now for this?
So we're trying to get as much money as we can get. So right now we have, like I said, we have 4,000. We're trying to get to around 5,000, but more than that would be perfect. So we could also invest more in the future, even if we have money left over. Because what have been discussing lately as well with the town is starting a nonprofit organization in Ardsley for the dog park, which would help maintain the park in years to come, and also help make actual good use of the park.
It's sort of like a Friends of the Dog Park.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know, like even with the Greenburgh Park, which is a nice park, the controversies I have or the complaints is really maintenance, because these parks you just can't just build it and then look the
Yeah.
other way. You have to keep nurturing it.
Yes, maintenance is a huge thing, and that's something that is definitely have been thought of, and something that's definitely will continue being thought about, because once the project is built, nobody just wants it to be sitting there and just turn into a complete dump. It's definitely maintenance is a big thing.
Right. What other projects have you been involved in as a scout?
So as a scout, there's been a lot of Eagle projects that I've helped build and helped accomplish with other fellow scouts of mine. Like my brother, for example, he built a garden and also added fountains outside of a local church in Ardsley, and I helped a lot with my brother on that one. Also, for example, other scouts like Josh Lonigan, he built lending libraries in Ardsley, and I helped place them
That's
there.
great.
Yeah, and I have other scouts that are also currently working on their Eagle projects right now that I'm also helping them with as well.
Yeah, I want to mention to the audience, everybody thinks that being an Eagle Scout, you make it sound so easy, and
Yeah.
only I think what is it, 1% of the Scouts
Yeah.
become Eagle Scouts. So it's when you're talking, it sounds like, oh, anybody could become an Eagle Scout, but 99% of the Scouts who enter fail.
Yeah.
So it's really a very, very major accomplishment. What's your brother doing now?
So my brother, his name's EJ Roberts. Right now, he's working. He finished college around 2 years ago. Right now, he's working at Restaurant Depot and supply chain management. And he's definitely said that Boy Scouts has helped him a lot in college, because he said that without Boy Scouts, he thinks college would have been much different, and also just jobs and employment itself would be a lot different if he didn't have the skills that he learned.
Yeah,
through
well,
Boy
you
Scouts.
know, again, being an Eagle Scout means you have leadership qualities, which obviously you do because you're leading a major effort. You know how to be a team player because you're getting other volunteers to help, and you've also done that your whole career as a scout. You have to be persistent because I guess there's always bumps in the road and everything's not easy. So you have to have real leadership, qualities, and you have to be the type of person who gets something done rather than just talk about it. I've always said that, employers have an opportunity to hire an Eagle Scout or a non-Eagle Scout. People will always look at the Eagle Scout it's almost something that you could put on your resume your whole life.
Yeah, scouting definitely teaches a lot, and also like the certain things like the scout oath and the scout law, those definitely do stick with people as they get older as well.
That's great. Again, could you give us contact information in case people want to?
Yes. So again, like I said, donating to Ardsley Dog Park is a big step towards actually building it and accomplishing this project itself. So in the flyers, you can donate to through Venmo, Zelle, and also to a check that you could drop off at my house. If you want to reach out to me, my email is tr79roberts@hotmail.com. Also, if you want to contact me through my phone number is 914-255-0547. Feel free to call or text with any questions that you have.
And also, if people forgot the phone number or whatever, you could always email me at pfeiner@greenburghny.com, or you could call me at 438-1343, and I'll forward the information to you. But I really want to thank you and wish you the best of luck. And this is such an amazing project, and it's so well needed, and it's definitely going to enhance the quality of life for dogs and for friends of dogs.
Yes, thank you so much.
What about cats?
Cats,
Are they welcome at the dog park?
cats, I don't know about that, but maybe in the future we'll have another Eagle Scout that wants to take on a challenge and do something for cats.
That's right, or maybe they could end the wars between cats and dogs. We could
Yes.
have a separate park. But that's great. But thanks so much. And if people want to join the Scouts, there may be listeners, here, and they may have, kids. How old do you have to be a Scout?
In order to be a Scout, you have to be in kindergarten, and you can join the Cub Scouts once you're in kindergarten. And from there, you'll go on and progress till, I'm pretty sure it's 5th grade or 6th grade. Then you jump into the Boy Scouts. So definitely consider joining Scouts.
That's great. When you were sort of growing up, what are some of the projects that you loved the best?
I love the best. Definitely my brother's project. It was great looking up to him and watching him show off his leadership skills in finishing up his project. So I'd definitely say my brother's project was definitely.
Yeah, I know when I was a Scout, but I never made Eagle. I won one of these derby contests. I don't know if they still have that.
Oh yeah, the Pinewood Derby.
Yeah, so
I went to states for one of those.
yeah, in fact, I even have the ones that when I won it.
Yeah.
I sort of remember that, and I remember my grandfather helped me, build it. So that's great. So good luck, and I'll see you around. I'm really looking forward to seeing you at the dog park. When do you think it's going to be finished?
So right now, we think the dog park will be finished, I'd say end of October, definitely by the end of this year, because there's still many things that we need to work on, but we're going to try to get it finished as soon as possible for all of the dog owners to come and enjoy the park with their dogs.
Great. I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and thanks so much for participating. And again, thank you for making our community a much better place.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you.